What's up, everybody? You're watching Cardboard Coach Neil. There you go.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? Cardboard Coach Neil. It is Monday, December 15th, and I want to talk about this past weekend. Starting with yesterday, long day up at Lincoln Financial watching the Eagles play. Thankfully, they won, beat the Raiders, which is good because 4 losses in a row for the Super Bowl champs. This town would have been it would have been calling for someone's head, like it isn't already. But hey, it was a good weekend at the Philly show. I want to talk about that real quick. I was not able to attend as long as I would like to have. Earlier in the week, had made some plans. We had to get to Long Island for a family, some family stuff, which is all good. It was good seeing that side of the family, my wife's family. It's always a pleasure. But I was set back a little bit in time. I didn't have the 5-6 hours I kind of would like to have had. But, things happen. And so I had about an hour at the show, a little bit more. Didn't have a lot of time to really look at some things. Was able to check out the typical tables, Howard Chasser, Brian Deck, Ash, Stan actually showed up at the YouTube meet and greet. It was great. It's always great talking to him. And of course, Bill Chappell, among others. There was a lot of vintage at the show. The show got noticeably bigger. There was another 150 or more, 150-ish, we'll say, tables that were in a side room. Didn't have a chance to, I kind of peeked in real quick, just walked around, mostly newer, modern dealers, some TCG. But the main show, the main floor of the show was primarily sports cards. I don't think I saw any TCG only type booths or tables. So it was good, but it was still very, very crowded. I got there probably about 3:30-ish, maybe 20 of, and stayed for a little over an hour. Then I made it over to the Hilton Garden Inn for the meet and greet. Didn't really have time to do a whole lot of footage, but there was some of it going around. If you saw Ray from Philly, he had some good video content showing you who was there. But it was a blast. We had a great time. First show we had about 10-ish people. This show, our head count was 47, and really, really good time. Not just in quantity of attendees, but also the quality. When you get a group like that, there's more to talk about. There's more, smaller groups were kind of broken up into, and conversations were flowing, as was the beverages and the pizza. Special thanks to Theo and CIA Auctions, who had an auction closing last night. I did win an item. I'll show that whenever. But it was a really, really good show. Had a great time with everybody there. Most of the 10 people, 10 or 10-ish people that showed up for the first time were there this time. I think, Jake from Wax Packs Wisdom was not able to attend, nor was Brian, the High Pop Professor. I think something came up during the show, because I did run into him and we had a nice little conversation. But it was great meeting a lot of these guys for the first time. I did meet Dan at the last show, but he was not able to attend the meet and greet. He was able to get there this time, and it was just a pleasure speaking with him and others who I haven't really officially been able to, meet with and talk to and just talk about the hobby. But there was a lot of great conversations going on. A couple deals to be made. I didn't make a show pickup, but I did buy something from Sammy Thunder, and I'm going to show that when I turn this camera around. But yeah, it was a great time. Next one is in March, and if you're in the area, you should try to stop by March, September, or December. They're really good shows, so if you're in with like a 3-hour radius, you should try to get to at least one of those shows. It was fun. It was fun. We're hoping, both Ray and I, that this meet and greet can continue and get bigger. Not too big. You don't want it, too big. This was a perfect size. The lobby is great. The pizza was okay. You have to buy from the Hilton Garden, and pizza was just the easiest call. I've had 2 types of pizza. I've had good, and I've had great. And this was good. I've never had a bad pizza, So, but hey, enough about the show and all that. I'm going to show you some of the brief footage I do have. And then I'm going to show you some of the giveaways that I received. I think I showed a couple from the September show, so I won't do that again. But RJ was giving out some good stuff again, but I showed that already. But it was great seeing everybody. Everyone who was out there, thank you for coming, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And for those who said they did, I'm glad you guys did. But I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you some of the things I did pick up, including the pickup from Sammy Thunder.
This is a much bigger meet and greet than the first one. This is YouTube meet and greet number 2. And there's Ray is back to me. We talked earlier. This is definitely in the 30s, and I'm thinking it's probably in the 40s. We're going to do a check. We got Dan right there. There he is. RJ Collects. We got TJ Online right back in there. Pizza's not bad. It's not great, but I've never had bad pizza. I've only had great and good, and this is good. But yeah, this is good stuff right here. Sammy's got a couple cards. He's bought some great Maze cards. I'm considering buying one, and we shall see.
Okay, as I was getting ready to show some of the items from the YouTube meet and greet, and of course my pickup, I realized I never, there was one of my subscribers, and he's actually been on a number of channels. I know I met him through John 3D80's Kid, his series 5 cards everyone should own. Guy's name is Greg Aday, real nice guy. Friends with him on Facebook as well. But, he sent me this nice little note, and I'm going to see if this is if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it's Waxahachie, Texas is where he's from. But he knew I was a Star Wars guy, and he sent me a couple of Star Wars Empire Strikes Back cards, which is always appreciative. And also, he's very proud of his hometown in Waxahachie, Texas. There, you can see it right here. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's Richards Park, and looks like that could be, looks like some type of a Capitol building. I can't tell. These are kind of like postcards. And Waxahachie, Texas is famous for having some Dukes of Hazzard filming locations. So thank you, Greg, for those. And I'm going to tag these guys in my comments. Met a guy, Bob Britton, TTM Bob 64. Good channel. A lot of TTM stuff, which is something, a lot of my buddies have been doing this, for 10 or more years. And it's something I've never done, but it's something to maybe look at. Why not? It's always good getting some stuff in the mail and just seeing if it works or not. This is a nice little sticker from Bob. I do appreciate that. Bob, it was a real pleasure meeting with you. So thank you for that sticker. And here we go. Save some of these. So this is from Mike, the vintage composer. This is these are some A's cards. Rob Piccolo, an autographed Doug Jennings from the Fleer 91 set. One of those sets that, a lot of people kind of, I don't want to say laugh at. I kind of like the simple design of it. It is pretty simple, but simple sometimes is good. And also a set of Star. These are all Jose Canseco's. And I do like Star cards. I do like these. And Jose Canseco during this time, I don't know, like this was like the late 80s. I don't know if there was a bigger guy in the hobby than Jose Canseco. I mean, of course, Schmidt was retiring, but Canseco he was like a can't miss type of prospect. And what a great career he had. Remember the Bash Brothers, but 40-40 guy. I think he was the first. That's a classic image of Jose right there. And, so that's the set right there of Star Jose Canseco's. And this was sealed. I did have to bust it just to kind of open it up and see what we had. So, Mike, I appreciate that. It was nice meeting you again on Saturday. And then last giveaway I got, this is from Andy, Dog Ate My Card Collector. This is Zoe, a nice 1955 Bowman, oversized. I guess that's the spokesperson. Well, Zoe, I think that's the spokesperson for his channel. And then also this. Okay, now this is sealed. I told him I was not going to open it until I did this video. So let me see if I can get this thing done here. It looks like you can just kind of pull it like this. Let me see. All right, there's one side. Let's try the other. All right, I think this is going to work. And I'm going to open this up. Well, maybe I should have cut it first and just pretended. No, I think I got this thing. Hold on. There we go. All right. Nice little Ziploc. And we're going to see what we have inside. And it looks like some 1955 Bowmans. Okay, so we got Beard. I don't know who that is. It's Ralph Beard from the Cardinals. I'll tell you, that's a centered card. Really nice color on that thing, too. This is a great set. The 55 Bowman set is a great set. So these, looks like there's a couple in here. Let's see who else we have. There's, all right, Henry from the Red Sox. Bill Henry. Looks like another Red Sox. Mr. Nixon. Willard Nixon. And Bobby Adams from Cincinnati. These are nice, really nice color on these things. And looks like from the Senators, and that's Tom Umflett, outfielder, Washington Senators. Andy, thank you very much. It was great seeing you again, and I do appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe a 55 Bowman raw set is in order. It's something to consider. I do like that set, so I got a little bit of a head start because of you, Andy, so I appreciate that. So like I was mentioning, I did not pick up a card at the show, but I did run into none other than Sammy Thunder, one of the YouTube hobby heavyweights, in my opinion. Fantastic moderator, all-around great guy. And he brought a number of Willie Mays cards to, kind of show and tell. He knew I kind of wanted one in particular. We made a deal for it. And I'm happy to say I walked away with a 1958 San Francisco Call Bulletin Willie Mays. And what a great card. I mean, I saw one of these at a show, a little bit of a lower grade. It was, I think, an SGC4 for close to double what I had given to Sammy. So this was it was a good deal for both of us, and just a great image of Willie. So these are similar to the 1954 New York Journal American, cards. So in 1954, I think you had the Yankees, Dodgers, and Giants, and they would give out these things with, in the paper. There was a certain, a code, your winning numbers right down here, and on the back here's a schedule. So you would see if you had the winning number, and I don't know what the prize was, but I love this kind of stuff. And nice orange background, nothing like a smiling "Say Hey Kid." He was frowning in his 1954, if I can recall. He maybe not, but he also had that card. A little bit too high of a grade for me, but I'll tell you, Sammy had some great cards, and it was just real nice being able to talk with him, and of course many others during this event. But Sammy, I do appreciate this sale. It's a great card. It's one I've been kind of looking for. That's the 1958 San Francisco Call Bulletin, Willie Mays. I'll leave that right here. But again, hey, thank you for everyone, especially CIA, that sponsored the event. I want to thank Ray for helping me, helping each other out in coordinating this fantastic staff at Hilton Garden Inn. It's going to happen again in March. But mostly I want to thank everyone who was able to make it and, greet each other and, meet with each other. I think there were some trade talks going on. It was a great event. And you guys, I'll have another video. But if I don't, you have a happy holiday season. And we'll talk. Take care.